most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Howdy, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to talk about swollen, painful ankle treatments at home. Do it right.
Yes, Bob.
Darn it.
This is a treatment. We did have a swollen ankle video before, very popular, and there's one section of it I skipped through it pretty quick.
Right.
And
So we're going to go into more detail. on
Right,
this.
so you do it right, because if you don't do it right, there can be problems for ankle, foot, calf swelling, whether it's from trauma like an ankle sprain
Right.
and big swelling, or if you have lymphedema, and you got
Right.
that chronic swelling that you're trying to
It's
get
good
rid
for
of.
both cases.
Absolutely.
So-
Bob, what else do we have?
Well, are we doing a giveaway? Yeah.
Oh, we
we're
are.
doing the Booyah giveaway.
Boo.
Yeah.
Here, catch, Bob.
I
Oh,
don't
no,
know
the
where-
one's behind you.
Yeah.
Give it back. Yeah. Okay, we got to get going on this, Bob. Oh, booyah.
Just go to our giveaway section.
Bob
Okay,
is
let's
Brad.
get started.
All right. So, again, we're going to use compression garment. Okay, and you've probably, maybe you've heard of it. There's all different types of compression garments out there. You can buy socks.
Compression socks that are, kind of made for you.
Right.
Hard to put on.
They're hard to put on, and they're quite expensive.
They're expensive and they're not that comfortable in my mind.
Yeah, and I think that varies. I've
Sure.
worn them, and I think they're comfortable, but I got to get them on, get them off, so I don't want to do it.
Right.
We're going to show you an option that both Bob and I have used probably at least for a decade in the clinic, and that's and it's much cheaper.
Right.
It works well, and it's called Tuba Grip.
Right.
And what it is, it's a material, and it's an advantage to have open end. And we'll
Right.
talk about that in a little
Right.
bit, but it stretches only one direction. It doesn't stretch this way, but it stretches the other way, as you can
So
see.
it gives you some compression.
Yep, and this will give 10 to 15 millimeters of compression, which is typically what you're looking for when you start out. You don't
Sure.
want to start it out too tight. So it's a great garment. We got good experience with it. And so shall we go
Yeah,
on
why
with
don't
it?
you show how
So,
to put it on me?
Again, we're talking about swelling. Could you get your foot up there, Bob? Now,
Sure.
obviously, Bob does not have any swelling, but if we're going to imagine, typically a
Probably
swelling...
some smelling.
Yeah, it's smelling exactly right. Whoa. But the foot will swell in the forefoot, around the ankle, and oftentimes all the way up into the calf.
Yeah.
So we want to have the garment from here, not over the toes, but from the base of the toe line to just below the knee.
Gotcha.
Okay? Now, first thing you need to do is get the right size.
Right.
And this will come in, they put it in letter sizes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I think up to H or something of that nature. And with Tuba Grip, go to tubagrip.net. And you're going to come up
It's
with...
.net.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I put on
Yeah.
there. And you're going to see a chart down there, and they ask you to measure with a tape measure around the widest part, which oftentimes it could be the calf or it could be the ankle. Measure that. Go to the chart.
I got a question.
Oh, yes.
It always comes into 10 to 15 millimeters of pressure?
Tuba Grip does.
It does,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
You
it
can
does
double
come-
it and you can get more.
Sure.
And there's a little point I want to add about that.
Okay.
So you'll measure it, and I believe, what is this?
So you're measuring
This
from...
is for my mother, actually.
Right.
And hers came up as size F.
Okay.
Okay. So I got the size F here.
So you measure at the widest point,
Right.
biggest girth
Right.
of the calf.
And in her case, it's around the calf. You know,
Sure.
if it's a swollen ankle, like if you had a big swollen ankle, you would measure it there. You can visually see her.
Oh, the biggest point.
Yes.
Okay,
The largest circumference. There
Okay,
we go.
gotcha.
Now you'll see. Don't get confused, because it confused me. On Tuba Grips, they say double this up. Put on one layer and then put a second layer over the top. So I had to go to, we have a therapist, a doctor of therapy.
That works on this all the time.
Yeah, and he took the full course, got certified in it. I would consider him an expert. I got a hold of him and I said, now, Aaron, and we've got some videos that are well
Right.
liked by him. Do I put two or just one layer of the Tuba Grip on there? And he said one.
One.
Start out with just one, and for the vast majority, that's going to be what you want. So
Sure.
don't get confused by that. Cost, if you go online and buy it,
It's quite a bulk here.
Yeah, well, you get 10 meters, but it's only
About 10
$25.
Right.
So
Fairly inexpensive.
I did buy this by the foot down at the local pharmacy, and I paid more for enough for 2 fittings of my mother than I did for
Wow,
this.
yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
going to last a long time.
Exactly.
You can reuse it. You need to hand wash it, air dry it. Don't put it in the machine. You'll find
Once it loses its elasticity, you
yeah,
gotta stop
after a
using
while.
it.
And, you know, sometimes they get dirty or whatever.
Right,
So
right, beyond
it'll last
beyond
for, you know,
repair.
if they keep it clean and are careful, it'll last, you know, a few weeks
Sure.
up to. So works well. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to measure it. We got the size.
You have the right size.
Yep. And now don't measure with a tape measure here to here. You can do that, and I've done it that way, and it sometimes does not turn out the right length. You want to do this, Bob?
Sure.
So what you do is pull it over the foot while it's still on the tube. There you go. Now,
Right about there?
yep. Well, let's.
Don't go into the crease though, right?
Right. Do not go up into the crease because that's going to have it curl over, and we'll
Right.
talk about that in a little bit too. So right about there is good. Better to be a little long than a little short
Sure.
because you can always cut it off. But that's good. Now, yeah, bend your knee once, Bob. Yeah, you're not up in the crease.
No.
That's good.
No.
Because when you sit down, if you get it up into the crease of the knee, then it has a tendency to roll down. So I want to go take my little Sharpie here and put a black line right there. There we go. Now, let's see if I can cut this off.
Don't just
Oh,
slide it down.
slide it down a little bit. There you
Yeah.
go. It's kind of hard. You kind of have to work this like this.
Sure.
There.
Slide it down.
There we go.
Don't rely on the accuracy of Brad.
Yeah, I don't want to cut into those. Bob's a tall guy, but we don't want to shorten him up. All right. So, very easy to cut. There we go. You know, oftentimes both legs will need this if it's a lymphedema problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
this feels good.
Yeah,
actually.
it does. See, yeah, it
It really
does.
does.
Exactly. Kind of feels like you're, you know, it's breathing.
I just, I'm trying to remember how much compression socks are.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Cost-wise?
Yes.
Oh, they $35, $40.
I'm
some of-
wondering if this would be easier to put on.
They are.
So-
The ones, like, I tried the compression socks with my mother. She couldn't do it, and I could do it, but she didn't like them. She said, forget it.
I was just thinking, like, when I'm at a standing desk and I want to stand a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
Very good. Very
slide
good.
'em on.
Should we continue on? Now,
Sure.
you should be able to put 2 fingers in here if you want to double check the tightness. And there should be it shouldn't be wrinkled up and
Bunch of like
loose
that, right.
either. So it should be compression all the way from
and
the
you
toes
can
to
wear throughout the day.
absolutely throughout the day.
What about at night?
But not at night.
Not at night.
No, we don't want to take them off at night. Wash them by hand, leave them dry over. Like what my mother does, she has 2 pair, and then one's
Washes
washing
one.
and drying while you wear the other
Sure.
pair. There you
Just
go.
hand to wash and air dry.
Well, what else would you? I said that. Tanner, didn't I say that already? I did. No, it's good that you bring it up, Bob, just to reinforce that. Now, this is a big warning, and this is a part where if you don't do it right, can actually reverse,
Make it worse.
make the lymphedema or the swelling worse. And what can happen is these things can roll down, and you see this often, and it rolls into like this, and it actually creates a tourniquet.
Right.
It's not enough to prevent blood flow going down into the leg, but it is enough to prevent the lymph.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, because the lymph actually flows just under the skin, and it needs to get up back into the system.
Right.
This will act like a tourniquet. Cut that off, and you'll see, like if I've had someone like this for 4 hours, and you roll this down, you'll see an indent.
Indent. Yeah.
Very obvious, and that's no good. It's going to be a problem. So just the person wearing it needs to monitor it and continue, every hour or so check it and roll them back up where they need to be
Right.
if they roll down. However, if the person doing it, is confused, has some Alzheimer's,
Right.
something of that nature, and they won't remember to roll them up, then what you're going to want to do is get some Coban, Coban. And it's a type of tape that's stretchy, and it only sticks to itself. You put it on your skin, and it does not stick. And it works very well one little, I'm going to show you how this works, where you just go at the top. You can see I'm stretching it. It doesn't stick to that. It doesn't stick to the skin. And I'm just going to go around. But look at this. It sticks to itself. Not really
Right.
sticky, but I'm going to go like this. And 1 or 2 layers will be good. And we'll cut that off.
Now, you don't want to have that too tight either.
Right. Yeah.
Just enough to hold it in place.
Exactly. Because then you have another tourniquet.
Another tourniquet,
But that,
right.
get to make sure, because you get different width. A couple inches is wide. I wouldn't go less than 1.5 inches.
So why is this camouflage?
Well, that's a good question. And this was the point that Aaron, he said when he went to the course, it's a week-long comprehensive course, he said, you can buy Coban from the medical supplier. You're going to pay X amount.
Right.
You can go, and this is what they recommended, just go to the local farm and fleet that's in this area. In other
Yeah.
words, or a vet. Online, you can go to get veterinary Coban. It's the same product. They use it on horses or cows. Exact same product. Now this, I didn't know this, but I was looking for camouflage for my turkey hunting gun because you want
Sure.
to camouflage it. And I get it, and it's like, it's Coban. It's camouflage Coban. It's the exact same product. It was very cheap. It's like 1/4 of the cost
Wow.
compared to the
Isn't
medical.
that amazing?
Yeah, so save yourself some money. If there's anybody a turkey hunter, then you can. Well,
you can serve double duty.
Yeah, it comes in different colors and whatnot. That's your
Sure.
choice. So that's just a little money saver for you.
Yeah. Would you do it on both ends or really?
Typically, it's just up here
Sure.
that happens. You could do it down here if when you put the shoe on,
It wrinkles up.
it
on
wrinkles
you.
up. But you just have to be careful that the shoe has enough room.
Sure.
So you don't get a tight.
Again,
toe
to
box.
reiterate, the fluid has to move out of the ankle and foot and move up into the
Exactly,
body.
right,
The process actually up in the chest.
Right. Oh, yeah. We're going to get into that. Here's the box that comes in, just so you know, and they have a nice chart. You can use this on all different body parts. I did want to do one thing. I
You
think
were
we
gonna do
pretty.
a demo, weren't you?
Yeah, I wanted to do a demo how this brand new out of the box. I cut it off like this, and I was thinking about this at home. It's like, how comfortable and breathable is this? Yeah. So this is what I did at home to show
you
my
put it
wife.
on his head.
Watch this.
Look at
It
this.
goes right over your head. It feels good.
And he looks so much better.
Yeah.
So-
Maybe I should do this for a typical.
He could be a super villain.
It's kind of hard to eat, but
You
no.
really look creepy. You could go on Halloween like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so people will start using this for Halloween
Right, for
costume.
Halloween.
But it was amazing. It's like it's reasonably comfortable.
Is it
And
really?
I got a barrel head,
Yeah.
When I used to be in welding class back in the day when I had, everyone would put my welding helmet on, it would be like it'd just fall on their
Fall,
head.
right,
Yeah, and they'd have to
right.
tighten it up. So that's how I know my head's much larger.
Sure.
But it's hollow. I mean, there's
yeah.
if I had the brains in there,
There'd be a lot of
that's
air.
another story. That looks good on you, Bob. I think
All
you
right,
could
thanks.
continue wearing
Yeah, I'll
these.
keep it on all
Yeah.
day.
Be careful and good luck with those swollen ankles.